We live in a world that worships hustle, where being busy is worn like a badge of honor, where sleep is a luxury, not a necessity. And if you're not grinding 24/7, you're seen as lazy, weak, undisciplined. But let me ask you something. What if we've got it all wrong? What if rest isn't the enemy of productivity, but the fuel behind it? What if the real problem isn't that we're lazy, but that we've forgotten how to stop? Because rest, real rest, isn't a luxury. It's survival. Let's take a moment and really think about it. Your heart doesn't beat nonstop at the same speed. It contracts, then it relaxes. That pause, that recovery, it's essential. Without it, the next beat wouldn't be possible. Nature moves in cycles. The tides rise, then fall. The sun shines, then sets. Even trees lose their leaves before they grow again. And yet, we act like we're the exception, like we can push, perform, produce endlessly. No breaks, no stillness, no downtime. Just go, and go, and go, until we burn out, until our bodies force us to stop, until our minds go numb and we forget why we even started. Sound familiar? That's not success. That's survival mode on autopilot. And it doesn't lead to greatness. It leads to collapse. You were not designed to grind forever. You were designed to breathe, to pause, to be. So if you've been calling yourself lazy for needing rest, stop. Needing rest doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. There's this toxic lie floating around that says, if you rest, you'll fall behind. If you take time off, someone else will pass you. If you stop now, you'll never start again. But here's the truth. You don't fall behind when you rest. You fall behind when you refuse to. Because a burned-out mind doesn't think clearly. An exhausted body doesn't perform well. And a soul that never gets silence eventually screams for it. Rest isn't what slows you down. It's what recharges you to move with purpose again. Let me give you a real-life example. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas, the ones that change everything, rarely come when you're forcing them? They come in the shower, on a walk, during a lazy Sunday afternoon, in stillness, in space, in the in-between. Because creativity breathes in rest, clarity lives in stillness, and direction often whispers when everything else is quiet. We've been taught that rest is passive, that it's doing nothing, but rest is deeply active. It's where your brain processes, where your body heals, where your spirit recalibrates. You don't recharge your phone by pushing more buttons. You plug it in and let it rest. Why should you be any different? Rest is not a break from progress. It is progress. But what if you say, I can't afford to rest. I have deadlines, responsibilities, people relying on me. I hear you. But let me ask, what happens when you fall apart? When your health collapses? When your mind shuts down? When your motivation disappears? Then what? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead, build, create, serve if you're depleted. So maybe, just maybe, rest isn't selfish. Maybe it's your responsibility. To yourself, to your work, to the people who count on you. Because the version of you that's rested, that's present, focused, alive, that's the version that creates real impact. You want to show up at 100%? Then stop running at 30. You want to do your best work? Then stop ignoring your deepest needs. You want to build something that lasts? Then stop burning yourself out trying to build it faster. Slow down. Pause. Breathe. Take a nap. Go for a walk. Do nothing on purpose. Let your nervous system exhale. Let your mind wander. Let your body recover. That's not laziness. That's strategy. That's strength. That's how you go further, not just faster. The world doesn't need more burned-out people chasing empty goals. It needs people who are whole, who are alive, who have the energy to build and the wisdom to stop. So next time your body says rest, listen, not because you're giving up, but because you're gearing up. Because you know that rest isn't weakness. Rest is resilience. Rest isn't laziness. It's survival.